Hey, so this is our clematis, but the problem with planting your clematis in between the garage doors when it can get up to 30 feet tall and wide or long is that it overhangs. You can see on this side it's just free fallen, but on this side it got haphazardly chopped by a frustrated garage dwelling goblin, let's say. But because it is such a vigorous grower, it would be perfectly fine to like prune the clematis without making it look so achy. You can see that the stems climb up and then the trellis ends. So what ours does is go up there. Sometimes it wraps, well, it always wraps around the lamp and then falls over here and stretches into either side of the garage. On this side, it doesn't really matter. It'll just go up here onto the carpet. And what you can do to avoid these types of problems is to just prune off stems as they're growing. I'm actually just pulling out some that he cut. Anyway, so like I would grab this leaf and follow it to where it joins the rest of the plant. So like right here, and cut that off. Here's a piece that is bent, and I would just, again, follow it up all the way to where it meets the rest of the vine, like right there, and cut. You want to do that because this part of the stem, even though he had cut it there, and it looks green now, it's going to turn brown. So just go as close as you can to the rest of the stem. Here's a leaf that got chopped, so I'm just gonna go all the way over here. And then here's a partially cut stem. I'm just gonna go right there. This leaf and stem join the plant over here, so it's gonna be cut right there. And then this stem is vining all the way up there, but I can at least cut this off. You can see some of the leaves are already unhappy. Oh, that one's completely unattached, that's why. It probably came from this, so there's the rest of the stem. And there we go. Just push that back in there. Here's another one. Go as far as I can anyway. This one I might just cut up there. That one was already dead. I'll just cut that. Maybe I'll just cut that all the way. This one doesn't look very happy anyway, but we'll just stuff it in there. Let it do its thing. And then this needs to go. So see, it's just messy and broken. This looks like it's just cut. That whole stem went. Whatever you do, you just want to make sure that you're not cutting the stems that are coming straight from the ground. Everything that I'm cutting is basically growth from the main stem, not of the main stem, if that makes sense. Worst comes to worst, the lowest you want to go is at a maximum of above the lowest node of the main stems, but we're not doing that here today. I have plenty of videos on this channel where I demonstrate that type of restorative spring pruning. And I'm fine with losing all these vines here because they really do just get in the way and they scratch the van. But in my case, none of this is essential anyway. This is a Sweet Autumn Clematis. It's going to have flowers that are very fragrant in autumn. And technically it's a group 3, so you're supposed to prune it in spring once you see growth, but the last couple years I have been doing it late winter or, yeah, pretty much late winter. And it's been great. Oh, here's a glaring one. Anything else? I'd say that looks much cleaner. Get rid of that leaf. And that leaf. And maybe that leaf. And this leaf. And I'll get rid of this one. Oh, here's some chomped leaves. And I think this will be the last cut. Oh, I thought it was a caterpillar. It's just a little bit of leaf or something. Throughout the summer, it's probably going to grow in anyway, so you might have to do this again. If you want to keep it from blocking things. That'll do for now. And looks way more fresh and clean. Success. Make sure to check out our shop where you can find Sweet Autumn Clematis photography done by me on different items. I hope this video helped someone. Thanks for watching.